hope you can see me all right. I am on my phone. My phone is on my tripod behind my monitor and my Chromebook. And my ring light's on the wall. I just hung it on a push pin. It's a little far away. And my microphone is over here on an upside down candle for when I do my live. So I just quickly threw myself together, literally. And I was watching a couple of videos, okay, instructional videos. I wanted to let you know what is going on. Okay, I wanted to update you. Hello, I see I have some new people that apparently are interested in the material that I have been posting lately. Because I've gone from about 772 or 73 to 777, which is, I think, maybe one or two more than the other day. Apparently people are watching my lives after I make them. I'm making the lives because I want to interact with people, okay? I've been sitting in front of the camera, primarily just, you know, making videos for about 6 years, primarily. Got my water. I've been talking about what has happened to me lately within the past 2 weeks. And that while I was thinking of creating another course, one of the reasons why I downsized to free me up a few more dollars in this tiny studio apartment that I'm living in is to sort of have some capital to maybe advertise somehow, some way, the online course I've already made on Thinkific for dream work, in that you learn how to remember your dreams, start to decode them, understand them, and then be able to program yourself to have a dream to solve a problem. Let me close the camera over here on this Chromebook. It's not a very good quality, so it's better that I actually go into my YouTube channel and go live there, because it just seems to be a better quality on my Chromebook when I do that. But this is even better here. Now I'm obviously a little farther away, but so what has actually happened is I've gotten an idea for a new online course, and this is why I've been talking about it, okay? If you're excited, I'm excited. I'm glad you're subscribed. Thank you very much. Welcome. I am Mystic Siren. And welcome to Casting Cauldron. My name is Sabrina, okay? But I think for my online magical name, I might call myself Mystic Siren. Now, I don't always have to use a voice command in order to discharge my energy. There's been many times where it's discharged and I didn't know why the heck it happened. This is why I've never thought how to teach it, right? I don't know how to teach this. I don't even know why it's happening. So it's taken me a number of years, guys, to try to put the pieces together. I've been initiated by Spirit, okay? I have guides, and I've been blessed. You know, initially it was my father who took me to learn meditation, which is the foundation of all of it. So what I said on my live 2 weeks ago was, as I started quickly doing a little bit of research on electrokinesis, I think I knew enough to know that that's what was happening. I got some information that made me realize, oh my gosh, I know what I did. I know what I did to facilitate this. I had been led to be curious. I had also just seen some videos come up, right, that led me to sort of connect and visualize to some magical acts. And like I said in my live 2 weeks ago, in spellcraft, we plan, we prepare, we buy supplies, but we're thinking of our goal the whole time that we're doing it. And we're also having to watch for the day, the day of the week, the season of the year, and the phase of the moon. These are things that we learn in the beginning. You also have to have a willingness to learn how to be still, calm your mind, do a little bit of breath work, and visualize to some degree, or to feel very, very clearly what it is that you want, right? And then, of course, we have at the end of our spellcraft the caveat. This happens with good to everybody concerned. It's not all about me. There's other people in the world. And we don't want something bad to happen to so-and-so so that we get a certain amount of money. The law of the universe and the law of returns states that somehow, some way, someday, we're going to encounter some type of a difficulty, probably equal to that of which, you know, we took from another. So, psychic development. You know, I made a short the other day. I took out my tarot cards and I laid them out and I said, you know, all I've ever really done is ask my guides, because I've met one and I've been told who my other ones are, and I've said, just tell me what I need to know, you know. What am I doing? What is the next step on my path? You know, what's going on? And, you know, how am I going to get through this, or whatever. And I laid down to take a nap. We've had very cold weather here, below zero. And I wasn't sure I could get on here because I think I ate too much for dinner, and then I just started feeling like I was having an allergy reaction. But I'm pushing through. I watched 2 of these preliminary videos from a mentor that I've now got a mentor to help me, guys, because I need to know more information. What else can I do online? Because I haven't found any way for me to actually raise capital to advertise the course that I have on Thinkific. And that can cost a pretty penny before you start to see a profit. I've learned that. I've been trying a lot of different things over the past 6 years. Okay? So I know I'm a teacher. I've known that for a long time. And I thought, okay, you know, maybe this is something that people will be more interested in. For whatever reason, if they didn't come to the live because of the California wildfires or the Indiana floods, we are still unfortunately drawn to a lot of negativity, or maybe we need updates because we've got relatives over there. But I mean, you know, I'm sure we're talking to them on the phone. They need support. They need emotional support. So I'm not going to worry about it. Like I said, I've gained a couple more subscribers. And I decided, all right, let's put this to the test. I know how to create a curriculum. I've already got a course on self-hypnosis. That is going to be a section inside my new course on electrokinesis. I've already got that, so I can put that in there. I know how to teach people the whole process of meditation, the different states of the mind, visualization, But I've never talked about using energy or connecting with nature to release and actually manifest, physically see what you've done. Now, I've talked about doing some work and then releasing with my hand as I gave the command that I was sending it out, and many of the lights that on the pentagram that I had strung went out, and I was told, lights went out, look. And sure enough, where I had pointed, a lot of the lights that I had strung on the pentagram went out, and all the lights to the left of me from the string that was hanging down and plugged into the wall were also blackened out from the energy that shot off of the left side of my body as well. This is a manifestation. Like I said, this is evidence that you have discharged energy, and what you were requesting has gone out into not only the ether, but the elements. Pentagram has the points for all the elements as well as spirit. And I don't remember exactly which elements now, had gone out, or, spirit. At that time, I was led to actually go get a formal education. I received the money through a loan at the college, at the university, to do that. So that is just what I was meant to do at that time. And I think it's important. I think it helps not only to learn how to study, but also how to teach. I've been being taught by teachers for many, many years now. And then I went on into the education system and have learned how to be a teacher to a lot of different age groups. Primarily, I've worked with the youngsters in elementary school grade level because they're just much more willing to listen and learn. All right. So when I put the self-hypnosis course together and I went to the community, I taught that to adults. There are adults out there that do want to learn. And I taught for 3 seasons through community education for adult learners. So it's been a process I think I'm ready for. This course that I'm taking now with this mentor is self-guided. You have to be self-motivated, and you have to already know basically how to get in front of a camera, how to speak, how to talk, how to organize your ideas, make yourself presentable, upload the software, or, edit the video, maybe add a few things. There's a lot, okay? And it's really taken me 6 years to understand how to do, a lot of these things to make it really presentable. And then present it to the public. Now, in this case, the mentorship is guiding me to focus on finding people. I'm not just throwing a net out onto YouTube, which is everything tube. It's not, it's not spiritual tube. It's not goddess tube. It's not earth-based tube. You know what I mean? It's not any of those things. And so trying to capture an audience for this material, and again, you've only got a small amount of people that are willing to actually learn how to sit and quiet their mind and then do some breath work. But I think that if they can be fascinated enough by seeing evidence of their own electrical body energy that has been raised, right? Regenerated, however you want to call it, churned, built, and then released. And I will be explaining the benefits of that. There are some physical benefits. There are some health benefits. There are a lot of benefits to meditation. Mindful meditation is being taught in the schools nowadays. And then, of course, there's the visualization. Now, for people that can't visualize, again, like I said, they just have to focus on what it is that they want to feel. So, and knowing how things work for me, and that yesterday when I got off of my Zoom call with the sales representative for this company, my power started to go out. And I had felt kind of excited, a little bit trepidation, you know. But I mean, I've learned work and study habits. I definitely know how to apply myself for several hours at a time, even more. And I thought, oh no, please, I don't want to be sitting here in the dark. Stop. What's going on? So yeah, the lights, the power went down and came back on, went down, came back on. So I don't know what was going on. We weren't having bad weather. We were having a little bit of cold wind. I was outside for a while with recess, and it was 18 degrees above zero with the wind, but I mean, we've had that before. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm relaxed. You know, I know what, I looked it up later, what the phase of the moon was. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I need to make sure that I've got some extra money set aside for my electric bill. Maybe that's the message, you know, as I'm starting to market my new course, once I get it created to sell, it might take a month for me to start getting some sales. So this morning I did my morning routine. It's funny because this guy talked about it. You need to have a relaxing morning routine. You need to get up. You need to take it very, very slow. Wake up slowly. You need to get up and, you know, relax as much as possible. Take your morning as slow as you possibly can. That might mean waking up 10 to 15 minutes early. That's on my course on Thinkific. And I do drink coffee. I drink organic coffee. And so then I'll sit and I'll sip so I can remember my dream. I have to decode my dreams. What are the messages? What's going on? And, you know, whatever else is coming to my mind. Or I'll sit and I'll think about what am I going to do next. You know, I've got these 3x5 cards now. And like I said about my tarot, I heard the birds. And I made a short about that. And when I woke up, I thought, it seems like the birds are confused, like their inner compass is messed up. So I was curious about this polar shift and Earth's magnetic field. So I watched a few videos, and sure enough, I thought this might be happening now. And there are some very learned people who say this is a very important time for people to really look at developing their psychic self, their spiritual side, okay? Because if the magnetic field is getting weaker, and I'll be talking about this in my course, and certain areas of the country are going to have maybe stronger energy from solar flares. This is a radiation, right? And people are not quite ready or practiced enough in their spiritual psychic advancement to withstand the energy or built up their own energy so that it just doesn't affect them in a negative way. Some people, they say, you know, will have some psychological imbalances. Some people will suffer from anxiety, other types of issues, and they'll chalk it all up to other things. They're not going to necessarily make the connection, like I've said, that we're not just a part of nature, we are nature. And so that if you can work on knowing how to ramp up your own electrical energy and your own electrical field, in effect, I guess you'll have like a shield. They say some people, there might be a rise in cancers. That's just the opinion, I believe, that I've heard on these videos. People can become more psychic. They might have things happen to them, whether they've opened up or, things are just going to start happening to them because of maybe a solar flare that comes through at a weak spot where the magnetic field has gotten weaker and the ozone layer is thinner. So, understanding that you are a spirit first and a body second, which is not necessarily what a lot of people are going to subscribe to. Some older people might decide it's worth it to open their mind and consider new things. Some people may have already started to hear stories or know about someone who's had some experience. But unfortunately, there are some young people that are just bashing people that really do have kinetic powers. And they think that they know everything, and they're spouting off their so-called wisdom, and they're painting those of us who are black that they don't know. They've never stood next to them, watched them, or studied from them. And unfortunately, people are listening to those kinds of people. What Bashar has said recently is that those who choose not to believe that they are more than what we see and feel are just going to be, living that life of believing in nothing but the physical and hard work and very few lucky breaks or so-called phenomenon or miracles that happen in their life, and probably will be struggling and believing that's the way life has to be. And it's all about belief. What is reality? I've said that. So, I'll be giving techniques, and along with what I did this morning, for at least 30 minutes. Let me prove to myself. I'm not just going to do a spell at my altar to put something out into the universe. I don't have lights on my pentagram, so I don't see them going out. But let me just do some of these techniques. So I sat and I did the techniques for raising the energy, and I spent at least probably 20 to 30 minutes. And as I really got into it, okay, I was really but the point when I got really tingly, okay, I said, okay, all right, I don't want to take the batteries out and charge them. I've already done that now several times. Let me see if I can deliberately make the lights flicker. So I raised my hands and my arms, and the lights on the counter over there, the pendant lights, the lamp, and the overhead light in the kitchen flickered. So, there's been times when I've used my voice when I was upset, and lights have flickered or lights have gone out. And there's been times when I've just been relaxed and it's been the right phase of the moon, and lights have really flickered. And that means that there is going to be some type of a blessing, some type of a neutralization of energies that someone is experiencing, okay? And yeah, so I thought I would share that with you today. This is definitely now, without a doubt, the process of raising energy like we do in spellcraft, and evidenced, not only by giving a voice command and seeing lights go out on my pentagram over my altar when I'm done releasing my command and my wish, but just, in basic demonstration of that energy being raised and released, seeing evidence of lights flicker. So yes, there's been many times when I have been relaxed from one thing or another, either just from sitting and relaxing for a little bit, or I had been on a little stationary bike and got myself relaxed, or been on a bicycle and gone around the block several times and came back and went to the kitchen sink and poof, the light goes out. So you do get stronger and stronger as the months and the years go by. And I'm going to be starting out with, the benefits. What if you could feel more energy? What if you could stay healthier, longer, maybe even look younger than you are for a longer number of years? What if you could take some dead batteries and charge them for yourself or your neighbor, especially with natural disasters that happen from time to time here in the USA, and people need to use their flashlight and they need batteries, right? And you're going to have to find a way to be discreet. And you would say, I think I have the same batteries. Let me go in the house and look. I'll be back in 5 minutes. And then you go all the way home, close your door, go in the bathroom, just in case they decide to follow you. And you sit and you hold them and you charge them with the techniques that I will be describing. And those batteries get charged to a lesser or a greater degree. And then you leave the house and you go and say, oh, the batteries look the same as mine. I say, yeah, I was pretty sure I had the same kind of batteries that you have, right? So you're coming back with the same batteries. You're going to have to really be careful with who it is that you expose this to. I know I'm doing it. Who you share this with, okay? I have gotten past the point where I worry about what people really say or think about me with that, okay? After 6 years of having trolls and haters and people who call me crazy and, you need to go see a counselor or psychiatrist, and claim that they know the terms of what's wrong with me. And I'm one of the most grounded, balanced people you'll ever meet. I don't put up with nonsense. Okay, we don't have time for nonsense. The people that spend too much time trying to do things, right? And if you don't have other responsibilities to keep you grounded, you can just spend too much time in your head or doing these things and really go off into sort of psychosis. A spiritual psychosis is a real thing. And so, as angry as I have been over the years when I was studying and practicing about all the responsibilities, I realized eventually I needed that, because I had so many paranormal, phenomenal things going on around me that kept me so preoccupied with trying to figure it out, that if I didn't have those physical, mundane responsibilities to keep me grounded, I probably would have, your life can fall apart pretty quickly, right? The bill's not paid, then the lights are off. Those kinds of things. So, and I'm looking forward to supplementing my income and making actually a good living eventually, sooner or later, at helping people explore this side of themselves. You just have to be open and believe that it's possible. If it can make your life easier, if your problems can be fewer and farther apart, if you stop believing that outside circumstances dictate your mood and how you think and feel about yourself and your life and the world, that you're a helpless victim, and you stop watching a lot of those things. We have to. You'll hear everything you need to know from everybody else. And, keeping our wits about us and believing that no matter what, there's always a silver lining, there's always an option, there's always a way to hang on to our self-respect, our self-esteem, and do all the things we need to do that the world expects, right? To get our credit and our income and our living space paid every month. So I'll be blocking off time for me to study with this mentor and then have online Zoom calls to really, really learn how to make a very, very good course on developing electrokinesis, which I think is probably the easiest kinesis for any human being to develop, because our bodies pretty much run on electricity and air. I think they're all connected. And just the simple techniques that you need to really do. Now, I spent 30 minutes this morning focusing on all these things to prove to myself and to prove a point and to talk about it again today. And, there'll be more to that, of course, as you continue to practice and take notes and enjoy what you're discovering about yourself and your connection to the earth and to nature. So I guess that's it for now. I'm going to upload this video and go to bed. I am going to have to work hard to pay for this mentorship and meet my expenses for rent and utilities, and really look forward to the kind of money that he says I can make. And I hope you're excited about this idea, this prospect, and I hope you're excited for me to really be sharing it. There are things that I share with you here on YouTube, and whatever your goal and your priority is, you will find a way to reprioritize your spending in order to get the things you need to pay for. I've spent thousands of dollars over the years acquiring knowledge. I've been to classes, I've been to workshops, I've purchased books, and then I took a home study course. So, back in those days, in the accumulation of that time, where I had to do it slowly over time, I spent probably at least $5,000. But then, of course, I had to apply that knowledge, and I studied, and I practiced. I just didn't want to be excuse me, one of the people struggling for my whole life. All right. So I happen to be a late bloomer, but, now I'm able to really figure out how to teach it and explain or describe, all of the things I've done. So with that, I will close, and I hope you are understanding what I'm saying here, and that I'm going to be very, very dedicated and busy to putting together this online course. I can still get on Sunday and talk a little bit more about this if you would like. I'll be giving little tidbits like, what I did today to prove to myself that you can sit for a while and do these techniques and then see evidence of it. This can help to heal a sick loved one, maybe help to bring someone into a state of more balance in some way eventually. There are other aspects of kinesis that can develop within you as well. And I would be here for you through this program that I'm going to be teaching. I suspect there's going to be people opening up, especially in the younger generations, that are going to need the teacher who can understand and explain what is happening to them and how they can deal with it or go from there. Yeah, if you are proactive, if you are a solution-oriented person and you want to discover what it really means to be human, then comment below. Nobody has been commenting. Nobody has really said that they've subscribed. Take the time to slow down. Okay, this is going to be part of the process. It's very important. Take the time. Thank you. I enjoyed this video. Thank you. I gave it a like. Thank you. I sent it to my friend. Thank you for the lives. Thank you for sharing your stories. I am subscribed to you now, and I would like to see you talk a little bit more on a live on Sunday. I usually do them on Sundays, okay? So that's part of the process, living in this fast food society and the younger generations that have technology at their fingertips. Slow down. It's not about kissing up, but it's about letting people know, hey, thanks, I've subscribed. All right. I hope you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. A little bit of effort goes a long way. I will try to do a live on Sunday. I don't see any reason why I can't. Probably be about 6 or 7 p.m. I don't know which is better. Central Standard Time. Thank you. See you there.